From the Man of Steel actor describing Sasha's performance as phenomenal to him giving the new Flash movie his stamp of approval, here's how Henry Cavill really feels about the new Supergirl. The Flash is going to hit theaters on June 16th, 2023. And it seems to be doing well so far, folks. I know everyone at DC took a breath of relief because the way things were going with Ezra Miller and all the DCEU drama, no one really expected the movie to do well. But here we are in the middle of a press tour that's not up in flames. The film focuses on Miller's Flash, as he uses powers to travel back in time, to change the past. And of course that doesn't work out well, because Barry returns to a future where General Zod threatens the world as he knows it. It's chaos, but the Scarlet Speedster does receive some help from a certain caped superhero. No, not Superman, you're close, but think again. It's Supergirl, played by the ever-so-lovely Sasha Calle. She's yet to win the hearts of the DC fans as the new Supergirl, but there's one person she's already managed to impress, and that's her predecessor, Henry Cavill. As everyone knows, Henry's not coming back to the James Gunn-run DCU, even though there was some hope after Black Adam was released. Now, him not coming back did leave a sour taste in many fans' mouths, maybe even Cavill's. It was kinda no secret that he loved the role, but for the most part, it seems like there's no ill will from the actor's side for the new DCU. Why do I say that? Well, because he gave Sasha Calle her blessing. Sasha's taking on the mantle of Superman in this alternate timeline, and she laid out the ex-Superman's thoughts in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. The 27-year-old said that she met Henry after the movie was done. Of course, she was super excited, because who wouldn't be? She gave him a big hug and had a good time. Sasha described him as kind and proper, which isn't surprising because this is Henry we're talking about. And somewhere along the way, she felt comfortable enough to ask the Witcher star point blank, "Did I make you proud, cuz? Does Superman approve?" Well, 10 points for confidence. Thankfully, her straightforwardness paid off as Cavill said, "Absolutely." In fact, the Man of Steel said that Sasha did a phenomenal job, and to hear that from the man himself obviously meant a lot to the actress. It's probably one of those moments where you realize you've made it. And also, it's a good sign for the fans. Because if Henry approves, we kinda have nothing to worry about. The Brit is a huge nerd, everyone knows it. I mean, he quit The Witcher because they were deviating too much from the source material. A guy like that would not be handing out approvals if he didn't actually mean them. To make it even better, Sasha met up with the actual Supergirl as well, Melissa Benoist, who played the role on CW for 6 seasons. The show only ended in 2021. Now, Sasha didn't exactly tell us about Melissa's thoughts about the new movie or anything, but something she tells me, the blonde was nothing less than supportive. When Sasha first joined the DC universe back in 2021, Melissa was the first of many to welcome her, saying that the world needs as many Supergirls as it can get. Obviously, Calle was overjoyed to have her welcome her because, in her words, she's seen every episode of Supergirl. So, unless something changed, I'm guessing the energy is still the same. That said, if anyone is expecting Sasha's Supergirl to be anything like Melissa's, then I'm sorry to disappoint that's not what's happening here. Cal is confirmed for a solo film in DC's new chapter, Gods and Monsters. Okay, to be fair, we're gonna get 2 Superman movies. One is going to focus on a young Superman, aka Superman Legacy, and the other is Calle's film Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. And this is the one we're excited about, because Gunn and Safran are planning to go for a darker take on everyone's favorite, Kara Zor-El. It's kinda understandable since the directors are adapting the comic by the same name. For movie-only fans, Woman of Tomorrow is the work of Tom King. The story focuses on Supergirl in space, and is told from the perspective of Ruthie, an alien Kara meets during one of her adventures. Her planet was destroyed and is now looking for revenge. Gunn added to the hype by saying that the audience will be seeing a different kind of Supergirl this time around, one who was raised on a rock and who watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways. Of course, that's great and all, and I'm super pumped up, but the question is, isn't this what the directors tried to do with Henry Superman? And didn't that experiment fail? And if so, why are the directors confident it'll work a second time? Well, first of all, Superman is a whole different ballgame. There's a much bigger fan base the directors have to please, and a lot more adaptations. But with Supergirl, you've got a smaller fan base and fewer expectations to meet. Not to mention that this time the directors are sticking to the source material, which should in the long run help make the story more consistent for our superhero. It's what the DCU's aiming for anyways. Overall, I think we can mark Supergirl safe from the universe-building issues that plagued Cavill's Superman. That said, anyone excited for Supergirl should just sit down at the moment because we're a long way from even talking about a release date. But DC fans can head to theaters for The Flash. It's directed by Andy Muschietti with a screenplay by Christina Hodson. She also worked on Birds of Prey. The cast is pretty awesome too. We have Kiersey Clemons as Iris West and Ron Livingston as Henry Allen. The best part is that Michael Keaton will be making his comeback as Batman, which is a nice change of pace after DCU took away Henry from us. Keaton's appearance alone is reason enough to buy a ticket. That, and the fact that Henry Cavill loved it. You can thank Sasha for this update as well. According to her, the 40-year-old has already watched the movie, and he loves it. I said it once and I'll say it again. If the Brit approves, we really are in good hands. But if Henry's word isn't good enough for you, maybe you can believe Terry Crews. The 54-year-old took to Instagram and shared how he and his family had the chance to watch the film at an early screening. It turned out to be a good decision because all of them left with a smile on their faces. The Brooklyn Nine-Nine star said that fans have got to see the new movie. And should you believe him? Well, Crews is another comic book nerd. He was also part of Deadpool 2's X-Force, so his opinion holds some weight. And if likes the movie, he probably likes the new Supergirl as well. But if you still need more convincing, what about Edgar Wright? He may not have directed a Marvel or a DC movie, but he did give us Baby Driver, Last Night in Soho, and other gems. The filmmaker watched the movie with longtime friend and collaborator Paul Meklis, who edited the movie. In his Instagram caption, the 49-year-old wrote, "It's been a long journey to bring this speedy adventure to the screen, and the final film is a blast." Wad Fright mentioned how he hun picking apart his friend's brain after the movie. He also congratulated Andy on the movie and said that it'll leave a big grin on audiences' faces. I'm guessing Sasha had something to do with that as well. Edgar also told fans to stay away from reviews, as there are a lot of fun surprises that are not in the trailer. Don't need to say that again. Other celebrities who've watched the movie and praised it includes Tom Cruise, Jaden Smith, and Stephen King. Crews specifically reached out to Andy after his private screening to tell the director that this was the kind of movie we need now. Meanwhile, King shared his thoughts on Twitter, saying that he doesn't care a lot for superhero movies, but this one is special and eye-popping. Coming from him, now that's high praise. Jaden wrote, "The Flash just changed my life." Callie is probably loving all this praise right now for her first superhero movie. But you know who hasn't watched the movie? Zack Snyder. In an interview with Cinema Blend, Andy clarified that the DCEU director may not have watched the movie yet, but his work does right by the universe Snyder made. Andy said that he'd love for the famed director to watch the movie. He also said, "I think we honored the part of the movie that he created in terms of characters, characterizations, and cast, so I think he would enjoy it. Guess the ball is in Zack's court now." If he and Henry both approve of the movie, then Muschietti and Sasha would have really made it. So from the new Flash movie honoring Zack Snyder's work to the Man of Steel actor describing Sasha's performance as phenomenal, here's how Henry Cavill really feels about the new Supergirl.